Hey there, folks. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God. The world is full of evil. Who denies that? Let's discuss why Christians and Christian teachings or ideologies are held in contempt. There are a couple of observations to make here concerning contempt for Christians. Hypocrisy is one of them, but I want to focus on a different one at present. I will inevitably come back to hypocrisy another time. Let's focus on Jesus for the time being. I once knew a woman who informed me that Jesus was her homeboy. But she was not a Christian. She preferred a specific Eastern philosophy. But the point is, she was taking a stance in support of Jesus as a good man and a good teacher, without knowing or acknowledging his words. To her, like many, Jesus is just a good teacher, or even a prophet. But if you know what he said and his fate, and you give it serious consideration, you really don't have much more than two options concerning Jesus. Either you must consider him a lunatic, or you have to accept he is who he said he is. Here's the problem with calling him your homeboy, but not know what he said. Christ said, "I and my Father are one." This was, to put it mildly, confrontational, because then the Jews took up stones again to stone him. He also said, "I came forth from the Father, and am come into the world. Again, I leave the world, and go to the Father." He also said, "And now, O Father, glorify thou me with thine own self, with the glory which I had with thee before the world was." Good teacher, you say. You're homeboy, you say. Without a doubt, Jesus was a good teacher, the best teacher. But he is not just a homeboy good teacher. He was Emmanuel, God with us. This is why the world hates Jesus. He testified of it that the works thereof are evil. And you will admit the world is full of evil. Good teacher, yes. And greater than that, I encourage anyone and everyone here listening who thinks Jesus was just a good teacher, who have been hesitant about faith in Christianity or religion, to read just 5 chapters of the Bible. Just 5. Read from the book of John, chapter 13 through chapter 17. Just 5 chapters of the Bible. From John chapter 13 to the end of chapter 17. You will not be able to accept the notion that Jesus was just a good teacher. Some think, but not just a good teacher. Some think he was just a prophet. The same argument applies. He is more than that. But it gets even better. Christ's disciples are special too. 11 of the 12. Christ said, "I have given them thy word, and the world hath hated them, because they are not of the world, even as I am not of the world." But it gets even better. Jesus said, "Neither pray I for these alone, but for them also which shall believe on me through their word." This is why the world hates Christians. The world hates Christians because of the hatred of Jesus, who he testified of it, that the works thereof are evil. Who denies that there is evil in this world? So Christians who follow Jesus are persecuted as bigots and intolerant. The Christians say this or that is wrong or a sin, and those of the world are offended. And this is why hypocrisy is so detrimental for the church, and why it is crucial for the church to condemn hypocrisy. Those who follow Christ should follow his commandments. Jesus, the Christ, even said, "And why call ye me Lord, Lord, and do not the things which I say?" He also said, If ye love me, keep my commandments. You see, Christians are hated because they seek the glory of one greater than themselves, to be better than they themselves can be of themselves. And Christians, in doing so, achieve a greatness beyond human attainment. The world hates this, but remember this about the world: the works thereof are evil. Aren't the worldly teachings to seek yourself, your own happiness, seek your own desires, what is beneficial for you, what is true for you? Essentially, discover your sinful nature. After all, according to the world, aren't we only human?